Good night. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mastering the Matrix again with your host, Mims, the Master in the Matrix Zone. Ready to bring you another episode of Truth. We're going to drop some information for you that you could apply in your everyday life when you're dealing with the system. So we'll be back. Check out a couple of these songs.
And that girl Bridget fly, right? She was real then, right? Serious. What's up?
I'm here looking for a new act, man.
Hey, man, who is this?
It's the DOC.
Yeah, we looking for new acts, man. But let me tell you something, man. We're looking for somebody that's funky.
The DOC's dope.
Let's go find him, man.
Yeah.
Y'all ready for this?
Comes the 2 to the 3 and 4. Then I drop the beat I have in store. Lay the lyrics on the top like a rug. Make it sound smooth and later make a dub. Enunciate well so that you can tell I am not illiterate, no, not even a little bit. Nothing like an idiot. Get it? You want the record? Cool, I'm with it. Let the rhythm take you. Shake it cause it makes you. As I turn the knob to the door you escape through. Going like a gnat, don't be a pump. And I let it play cause dress ain't funky enough. Rasta. Let's get funky, let's get funky. Let's get funky, let's get funky. Let's get funky, let's get funky. Watch the smooth lyrics that take place. If you want another reason why it must be funky, yo, I am not a jackass, meaning not a donkey, so I will play the game like it should be played. Drop the funk and do the mix so the bass will never fade. Ship it to the station in your jurisdiction. Brothers say I'm dope and the others think I'm bitching. No God can avoid the D.O. to the C. When the P-E-O-F-O-R-M-I-N-G on the stage. See the simple fact is I am dope and known. I rock a funky beat without a chord, so and it's my conclusion. You will enjoy the fusion and I will ascend with the style that I am using. Knowing that it's tough and it's not a bluff. I think I'll let it play cause dreads ain't funky enough. Hip hop. Let's get funky, let's get funky. Let's get funky, let's get funky. Let's get funky, let's get funky. Dread make the funky hip hop music, so check it. Listen to the kick, popping with the click, and with no rehearsals and dropping funky verses. Stupid with the bitches, I think that you are relying on. You love it when it battles, is the fact that I am buying on suckers. Never come close cause of knowing. There's no stopping the doc when I am flowing. But in the event, someone would try to juice this, stop him in his tracks, show him that I am ruthless. I don't give a damn, don't think that I am joking, cause I don't think he is funny when you're messing with my money. And stupid tell me this, you'll try, you gotta stop him, but with no frills, so I just drop him. Continue with the rhyme and make sure I get mine with no static, cause it's so the SMG to get my 9. But lesson 7 word, now I get it all in front and let it play. When the people say Trey, oh, you're funky enough. Rasta. Let's get funky, let's get funky. Let's get funky, let's get funky. Let's get funky, let's get funky. Deal with the D.O. to the C. I need a break so I can check around. See who the hell that is sitting down. I want all chairs off the floor. And if he stands to the wall, show him the door. And I'm kicking the beat to give you something to rock to. That go non-stop, do not to look at the clock. You perceive, but can't believe you're being taken. By a beat so cool, you start shaking and shivering. Cause I'm delivering the answer. Haven't seen if you're a hell of a dancer. You tried saying, but it just won't work. Cause the beat is so rough, so tell me, tell it, don't be funky enough. Hip hop. Sing it with me. Let's get funky, let's get funky. Let's get funky, let's get funky. Let's get funky, let's get funky. And with the help of the Dr. Dre, kick it. Na na na. Na na na. Let's get funky on the mix now, right? Let's get funky on the mix now, right? Let's get funky on the mix now, right? Let's get funky on the mix now. Hey, put it in the middle and drop it on the one, boy.
With my full capabilities, and now I'm living in correctional facilities. Cause some don't agree with how I do this. I get straight and meditate like a Buddhist. I'm dropping flavor, my behavior is hereditary, but my technique is very necessary. Blame it on Ice Cube, because he said it get funky when you got a subject and a predicate. Add it on a dope beat, and it'll make you think. Some suckers just tickle me pink to my stomach, cause they don't flow like this one. You know what? I won't hesitate to diss one or two before I'm through, so don't try to sing this. Some drop science, well I'm dropping English, even if Yella makes it a cappella. I still express yo, I don't smoke weed or sex, cause it's known to give a brother brain damage, and brain damage on the mic don't manage nothing but making a sucker in you equal. Don't be another sequel. Spread yourself. Do it good. Spread yourself.
It's not for the pop chart. So where should a brother like you start expressing yourself, my boy, and show you how? Yo, Trey,
what up?
Drop English right about
now. Getting back to the PG, that's programmed and it's easy. Dre is back, new jacks are made hollow. Expressing ain't the subject because they like to follow the words, the style, the trend. The records I spin again and again and again. Yo, you're on the other end. Watch a brother blend, dope rhymes with no help. There's no fessing or guessing while I'm expressing myself. It's crazy to see people be what society wants them to be, but not me. Ruthless is the way to go, they know. Others say rhymes which fail to be original, or they kill where the hip-hop starts. Forget about the ghetto and rap for the pop charts. Though some musicians, cause at home they're scared to use profanity when up on the microphone. Yeah, they want reality, but you hear none. They'd rather exaggerate a little fiction. Some say no to drugs and take a stand, but after the show they go looking for the dope man. Or they ban my group from the radio here in WA and say hell no. But you know it ain't all about wealth, as long as you make a note to spread yourself. Do it good. Spread yourself. Do it. A lyricist, yo, Dre is a name for to make something dope on a record. That's what he came for. Kicking reality over stand itself, but it's important that you keep it in mind too. From the heart, cause if you wanna start to move up the chart, then expression is a big part of it. You ain't efficient when you flow, you ain't swift, moving like a tortoise, full of rigor mortis. There's a little bit more to show. I got rhymes in my mind, embedded like an embryo or a lesson. All of them expression, and if you start pressing, I got a Smith & Wesson for you. I might ignore your record because it has no bottom. I get loose in the summer, winter, spring, and autumn. It's Dre on the mic, getting physical, doing the job. And WA is the lynch mob. It's a macabre, but you know you need this. And the knowledge is going just like a fetus or a tumor. Well, here's the rumor: Dre's in the neighborhood and he's up to no good. When I start expressing myself, yell slam me. Cause if I stay funky like this, I'm doing damage, or I'ma be too hype and need a straight jacket. I got knowledge and other suckers lack it. So when you see Dre, a DJ on the mic, ask what it's like. It's like we're getting hyped tonight. Cause if I strike, it ain't for your good health, but I won't strike if you just spread yourself.
Oh, yo, look towards the darkness. Nah, yo, look towards the light. Yo, what is that? It's a supernova.
Nah, man, that's a black hole.
Yo, it's.
I leap over lies in a single bound. The black prophet, one day I got struck by knowledge of self. It gave me super scientific powers. Now I run through the ghetto, battling my arch nemesis, Mr. Ignorance. He's been trying to take me out since the days of my youth. He feared this day will come. I'm hot on his trail, but sometimes he slips away because he has an army. They always give me trouble, mainly hatred, jealousy, and envy. They attack me. They think they got me, but I use my super science and I twist all three. I see sparks over that building, they're shooting at me. I dip, do a backflip. Then I hit him in the heart with sharp steel bookmarks. Ignorance hates when I drop it, but no matter what he do, he can't stop the profit.
Yo, Prophet, come here real quick. Yo, I just saw Ignorance downtown. Let me put you on.
Word, he down there bugging. He got them ill and out. They shooting everything out.
Let's continue the saga. Mad drama. I met this chick. She said she knew where Ignorance was at. I said where? She said downtown. He had babies having babies and young niggas selling crack. I think the bitch is lying. It's a setup. I can smell it. But Ignorance is running rampant. Aight, baby, show me the exact spot. Meet me at Hoyt and Skimmerhorn at 3 on the dot. So I hops up on the A train, I'm being followed. My 7th sense is danger. I turn around, it's anger. And he brought a marble along. It's the same old song. Despair and animosity got broke with the swiftness. I don't know what they think this is. I feel a sharp pain in my neck, now I can't see on my hair. They hit me with a dart filled with the pork chop serum. I tried to hold on, but before long I dropped. When I awoke, I was locked in the barber shop, trapped in the barber's chair. Oh no, they're gonna try and cut my hair, but that can't stop the profit.
Yo, Prophet, Ignorance is tired of you following them around. We about to put the internet right now. Animosity, despair, what's up? Get him! Yeah.
Can a damn thing stop me? Can a damn thing stop me? Can a damn thing stop me?
A few minutes passed by, I hear a buzzing noise. It was that chick with some of Ignorance's boys. She said, Prophet, we got you beat. By the way, I'm Mr. Ignorance's wife, Deceit. But enough talk now for your haircut. When the clippers touched my hair, they blew the fuck up. After the explosion, there was no one left. Cause I know dim mop, poison hand, touch of death. My vision's still kinda blurry, but I see a clue. Ignorance is at the library. I hurry with lightning speed like the Flash. He's at the big one on Grand Army Place. When I get inside, the door shut and the lights go off. Damn, another trap. I hear a hissing sound. I smell a funny smell. I gasp, I can't breathe. Ignorance is laughing at me, waiting on my downfall, but he can't stop the profit.
Well, Prophet, it seems like you're in a bit of a jam. I hope you can unstick yourself. Oh, and what you did to my wife, it was nothing. I have others. The saga continues.
So, you're a philosopher? Yes. 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 I think very deeply. I think very deeply. I think very deeply. I think very deeply.
In about 4 seconds, a teacher will begin to speak.
I think very deeply.
Let us begin. What, where, why, or when?
Will all be explained like instructions to a game. See, I'm not insane. In fact, I'm kind of rational when I be asking you who is more dramatical, this one or that one, the white one or the black one. Pick the punk, and I'll jump up to attack one. KRS-One is just the guy to lead a crew. Right up to your face and diss you. A lot of suckers would like to forget me, but they can't. Because like a champ, I have got a record of knocking out the frauds in a second. On the mic, I believe that you should get loose. I haven't come to tell you I got juice. I just produce, create, innovate on a higher level. I'll be back.
But for now, just sackle.
Did you hear the main thing just said?
In about 4 seconds, a teacher will begin to speak. I play the 9 and you play the target. You all know my name, so I guess I'll just start it. Or should I say start this? Teacher, I'm the artist. Often new concepts and they're hardest. Yo, cause I'm a teacher and Scott is a scholar. It ain't about money cause we all make dollars. That's why I walk with my head up. When I hear whack rhymes, I get fed up. Rappers like a setup, a lot of games, a lot of suckers with colorful names. I'm so-and-so, I'm this, I'm that, but they all just wick, whack. I'm not white or red or black, I'm brown. From the boogie down, productions, of course, our music be thumping. Others say they're bad, but they're bugging. But let me show you something now about hip-hop, about D-Nice, Melody, and Scotland Rock. I get a pen, a pencil, a marker. Mainly what I write is for the average New Yorker. Some MCs be talking and talking, trying to show
and drug selling. See, I'm telling and teaching pure facts. The way some act in rap is kinda whack and it lacks creativity and intelligence, but they don't care cause their company's selling it. It's my philosophy on the industry. Don't bother dissing me or even wishing we soften, dilute or commercialize all the lyrics, cause it's about time one of y'all hear it and hear it firsthand from an intelligent brown man. A vegetarian, no go or ham or chicken or turkey or hamburger, cause to me that's suicide, self-murder. Let us get back to what we call hip-hop and what it meant to DJ Scott LaRock.
You're a philosopher? Yes, I think very deeply.
In about 4 seconds, a teacher will begin to speak. How many MCs must get dissed before somebody says don't with Chris? This is just one style out of many. Like a piggy bank, this is one penny. My brother's name is Kenny. That's Kenny Parker. My other brother, ICU, is much darker. Boogie Down Productions is made up of teachers. The lecture is conducted from the mic into the speaker. Who gets weaker, the king or the teacher? It's not about a salary, it's all about reality. Teachers teach and do the world good. Kings just rule and most are never understood. If you were to rule or govern a certain industry, all inside this room right now would be in misery. No one would get along nor sing a song, cause everyone be singing for the king. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? So yo, what's up? It's me again. Scott LaRock, KRS, BDP again. Many people had the nerve to think that we would end the trend with criminal-minded and minded. Just only 10 funky hit records. No more than 4 minutes and some seconds. The competition checks and keeps checking. They take the album, take it home and start sweating. Why? Well, it's simple. To them, it's kind of vital. To take KRS-One's title. To them, I'm like an idol, some type of entity. And everybody's rhyme, they want to mention me, or rather mention us, me and Scott LaRock. But they could get bust, get robbed, get dropped. I don't play around, nor do I F around. And you can tell by the bodies that are left around when some clown jumps up to get beat down, broken down to his very last compound. See how it sound? A little unrational. A lot of MCs like to use the word dramatical.
Before I say this verse, all praises to the Most High. Sitting on the throne, Chingy the king, what I go by. Jumped off the slave ship to a spaceship, boy, I'm so fly. Cut your triangle out with my short mind, there's no eye. You in the kitchen, cooking up, trying to bake a pie. I'm reading about my past deception, trying to cremate a lie. Guess I should talk about bottles, girls, the hood, and guns. I've gotten sicker that you son of sin, I'm God's son. Throw up your number ones and rip that 7 with me. New year for new light and new life worth ain't no hater dip me. And tell her mama she ain't gotta do that for that cheese. And keep that swine, beef and shrimp, I want that slow disease. They say you nigga please, what you done got on? I'm saying brother please, mad cause you ain't got on. I hope this hurt hit home, probably not cause eviction. Stay in your environment and I'll be right here in my jurisdiction. I can't deny it, I'm a straight rider. You don't wanna fuck with me. Got them Gentiles bustin' at me, but they can't do nothing to a G. Before I say this verse, all praises to the Most High. Sitting on the throne, Chingy the king, what I go by. Jumped off the slave ship to a spaceship, boy, I'm so fly. Cut your triangle out with my short mind, there's no eye. You in the kitchen, cooking up, trying to bake a pie. I'm reading about my past deception, trying to cremate a lie. Guess I should talk about bottles, girls, the hood, and guns. I've gotten sicker that you son of sin, I'm God's son. When will we live this one? Probably not to the end. Agenda 21 just started, let the show begin. Fix your face from this hate, this FEMA camp. In your statement, say must pray, there's no debate. Our president, God forbade. Wait, hope you got what you wanted. Take your kids out they school systems, why? Cause they teaching's haunted. I know I'm gonna be wanted. We gotta die for something, now turn the treble up and beat low, but keep the speakers bumping. I can't deny it, I'm a straight rider. You don't wanna fuck with me. Got them Gentiles bustin' at me, but they can't do nothing to a G. Before I say this verse, all praises to the Most High. Sitting on the throne, Chingy the king, what I go by. Jumped off the slave ship to a spaceship, boy, I'm so fly. Cut your triangle out with my short mind, there's no eye. You in the kitchen, cooking up, trying to bake a pie. I'm reading about my past deception, trying to cremate a lie. Guess I should talk about bottles, girls, the hood, and guns. I've gotten sicker that you son of sin, I'm God's son.
Going down for all
They're ready for a mass murder. Read. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. Every man's heart shall melt. Whoever is not linked to the Most High when this go down, you're not going to make it. Okay? I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but before the Most High destroyed anything, he sent teachers to warn the people. And no one listened. Noah prophesied for 120 years. People looked past him, spit on him, told him he was crazy until it rained. Same thing is going on now. The Most High sending teachers to tell the people you better change. You knew sooner or later that this place would go down based on what it's perpetrated on the earth. You don't steal, kill, destroy, and disease, and eventually the man upstairs don't say, you know what, it's time for me to pay this place a visit. You don't build a country off rape, robbery, and murder and think that God is just going to stand back and let this be.
Where is he? Concentrate on the job. Don't disturb the doctor.
It's a fact, you know, Israelites go way back, falling up Jerusalem, the banging in Masada. Now I know my history, whoever want a problem, we can solve it. 38 revolver, those are scriptures, physical or lyrical. Better get the picture, he a geeker. Should listen to what's coming through your speakers. The Judites I die for will slap up your preacher, and it's real like that. What how you feel about that? Down with Christ, he be begging for the faith, get your mind straight. And stick his face instead of boosting the crime rate. Prophecy and warfare, consider it my mind state. Black like the book of Job, 30 and 30. True Jews live in the ghetto and act dirty, you ain't heard it. Enough sense to pray to him early. Most people think he white, but most people ain't worried. Abraham was a black man. Isaac was a black man. Jacob was a black man. So tell me who is a black man? Christ was a black man. Judah was a black man. Joseph was a black man. So tell me who is a black man?
Spit for a Lord and Mathis and Cochran. Royalty, been Israel, about to get shit poppin'. I bang the phone while I'm talking your doctrine. I ride with the God of Abraham, and it ain't no stopping. A black man with the faith that make the earth shake. Satan slept with Eve, she was the first to birth hate. Now we been deceived by the snake and take not give. We were kicked out of Jerusalem, now look where we live. In America, that's Babylon prepared for slaughter. I'm an enemy of the state fighting a new world order. The mouthpiece for the elders and youth and have-nots. Young males, daughters of Israel don't have pops. I'ma lay it down. Judah black into the ground, and the Holy Spirit, that's what got you wrapped up in the sound. I'm a scat man, giving rats a cat skin. Why they hating? All of the nations came from a black man.
Abraham was a black man. Isaac was a black man. Jacob was a black man. So tell me who is a black man? Christ was a black man. Judah was a black man. Joseph was a black man. So tell me who is a black man?
7 3, you gon' get a burn back if you don't turn back and learn that them real Israelites black. Chapter 1, Songs of Solomon say he a black man. Then tell me how they turn right then and right then. You shoulda knew they were saving the ones who say they Jews and do lie. The synagogue was saving the ones who get burnt in the oven. I'm patiently waiting, and since Joseph was mistaken for Egyptian by all his brothers like me, then black had to be his color like no other. Even had to be his trying to wake up Jacob by spitting the mic. It's worth your life. See the Israelites got that birthright.
Abraham was a black man. Isaac was a black man. Jacob was a black man. So tell me who is a black man? Christ was a black
Yes. Welcome back to 93.5 FM King and Queen Radio. This is your host Mims on Mastering the Matrix, the Master in the Matrix Zone. And we're going to come to you with some more truth to build upon where we left off last week, breaking down Revelation 11th, the 12th and the 13th chapters, and the book of Daniel, giving you the understanding of the type of society we're dealing with today. And the situation that you're dealing with. You think you're free, but you're not free. Okay, you're a slave, you're a subject. Okay, and the only way to come out of that mindset is to deal with the people like kings and queens. Okay, we ask questions. Okay, we inquire. Okay, and you challenge all the opposition that's coming against you. You got to challenge that. You got to stand up to that. And that's what we're bringing out this information for. So we can master this matrix through applying certain techniques where you challenge everything that's being brought against you. No need for arguing. No need for creating any sort of disputes. You understand? Because you don't want to give these people any type of energy. You just want to draw the energy from them, whatever energy they got left. You understand? So when they accuse you of something, you just ask them to break it down. What's their source? What's their source of truth? Because according to their system, they're supposed to have evidence for everything. They're supposed to have evidence to back up every single aspect of every single charge. So people don't know. They quick to jump and be on the defensive. You don't have to be on the defensive, all right? There's something called a burden of proof, and they have to fulfill that. When it's criminal, they have to fulfill it beyond a reasonable doubt. If it's civil, it's by preponderance of evidence. So you have to stand your ground and put these people in their place. Put them on a spot, okay? Let them know that you totally agree with what they're saying if they could bring forth the evidence. Bring forth the evidence their laws apply to you and that they have jurisdiction over you. Then they can have what it is they want. That's how you got to deal with them. You don't cooperate until they fulfill their burden of proof. That's the way we roll. So when you're dealing with the system, the people are going to take advantage of you because of your ignorance. You're not aware of certain things or certain techniques or procedures, okay, and the system requires that you follow certain procedure in order to get the best out of the system, the best benefit out of the system. But when you run into a man that's calling himself a defense attorney, okay, or a legal aid lawyer, okay, some sort of lawyer that's supposed to defend you, you just run into the system. Now, asking the system to defend you when it's a system that's there giving you problems. So you have to deal with the system using a technique whereupon you don't rely on the system. You understand? So let's go into this right now and show you exactly what's going on today. Okay, write out the scriptures. Write out the scriptures. Got my brother Isaiah, my co-host, here with me. He's going to read out the scriptures out of the book Ephesians, the 6th chapter out of the King James Version. Why we're using the King James Version is the most compatible with the Hebrew. Okay, translated directly out of the Hebrew and the original other tongues like the Greek. So read Ephesians the 6th chapter for me, bro, and start from verse 10.
Ephesians chapter 6 verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might.
Right. So it's talking about being strong in the Creator, not being strong in politics or religion. It's being strong in the Most High. Read on.
Put on thy whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Stand against the wiles of the devil. The wiles is the tricks. See? So the devil is a man. It's not some ghost. It's not some invisible being or entity that's just floating around, going throughout the whole earth, just haunting everybody. No, the devil is incarnate. The devil is in the flesh. Now you can read Isaiah 14, verse 9 to 12 to confirm that on your own whenever you have time. We're not going to go into that now. But we're just dealing with the point right here. We're dealing with arming yourself. While you're here in this existence, you arming yourself with knowledge. Okay? Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and is going to break it down as the armor of the Most High. Because when you go out in them streets, that's what you need. You need that. You need that armor of protection, a certain wisdom and understanding to stand your ground, so you don't get caught up in the system and end up being a slave, end up getting oppressed, thrown in jail, and your life all messed up, and your family's all worrying. See, so you could avoid this by using certain techniques to have people back up off you, right? Because these are just regular people that wake up every day and they go punch in the clock. These are regular people, but they act like they're more superior to you. They're better than you. They got more power than you. But no, all they did was fill out a piece of paper, fill out an application, okay, and they got hired. They went through the little training, and I said that don't make them any better than you or superior to you in any kind of way. All right, these are just mercenaries, man. These are people just doing what they're doing so they can feed themselves, feed their family, don't give a damn. But they trying to enjoy the benefits of where they could exercise authority over you, you know, take advantage of you according to however they feel. And they know they have the coverage. They have people backing them up that's going to let them slide. So they all operate under what they call bonds, insurance bonds. So if they injure you, hurt you, kill you, they're covered. They're going to keep getting paid. They might get a little suspension for a couple of weeks, suspended without pay or whatever, but they just well taken care of because it's like a fraternity. It's like a brotherhood type thing they got going on here. And it's a us versus them type of mentality that they got. So we got to be aware of the thinking, the mindset. And so once you're aware of the mindset, that you could strategically counteract, respond, and react whenever you have an encounter with these people. So we did it go one more time from the top for me, bro.
Okay, this is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, and in the power of his might. Put on thy whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
So we got to stand against the wiles of the devil. So those wiles come in the form of charges. Okay, because the devil is there to do what? The word devil it means slanderer. It's a man that's going to call you out your name to try to put you down and destroy your reputation by calling you something out of your name or accusing you of some things that is totally not correct and inaccurate, right? So that's the devil. So you have to stand against the wiles of the devil. Stand against the labels and the accusations. That's what we got to do. Stand up. You can't go for everything that this man is telling you, right? Hold that real quick and give me St. John 8:44. So let's get an understanding of the nature of the devil, the type of things that the devil does, okay? So this is the book of the law. Remember, the Bible's not a religious book. It's the book of the law. It's a book of history. And so we could get an understanding of history out of the scriptures and an understanding of our current situation out of the scriptures and how we go about functioning in this modern society through the knowledge and the wisdom that's presented to us in the scriptures. Now give me St. John 8:44. Read what that say.
St. John's 8:44. Ye are of your father, the devil.
See, so Christ was speaking to the religious leaders, okay, which were white Jewish converts that were occupying the temple back then, okay, and they considered themselves Jewish, and Christ was speaking to these individuals, and he told them what?
Ye are your father, the devil.
See, so he told them that they came forth from the devil, okay? They are from their father, the devil. These are men that is posing to be in authority, religious figures that is in a position of authority that Christ is speaking to. So this is the way that he dealt with people. You understand? That he spoke to them straight up and told them the truth straight up. And that's how we got to deal with them. We got to deal with them straight up, not in a confrontational way, but we have to deal with them in a way that is wise according to the strategy that Christ used when he was dealing with accusations, when people was accusing him, right? So what we went over last week was Matthew, the 5th chapter, when it talks about agreeing with your adversary quickly. Matthew 5:25, agree with your adversary quickly before you end up getting thrown in jail. He'll deliver you to the officer. The officer will hand you over to the judge, and you're gonna have bail put on you. So you don't want that situation. You don't want to get into any kind of conflict or confrontation or disagreement. But that's what the courts are there for, to settle conflicts, controversy, and disagreement. So this man's a devil. You have to be prepared for the things that's going to come out this man's mouth on how to deal with it, because it's going to be about trying to take away something that you have, whether it's the little so-called money you work for or your time, your freedom. That's what it's about, right? Because he's trying to control all the people on the planet. And the reason why is because what? Because it's about survival as a species. They're trying to survive as a species, and they already know that they're outnumbered. So they're trying to get everybody to follow along with their program, go along with them, and be like them. Be like them. Eventually, they're changing your whole genetics through the food, the genetically modified food and everything. So they're changing the way you're thinking, changing the way you're eating, changing the way you're learning. You understand? So they're creating a new man for a new world order. So we can't go along with that. You have to realize certain situations is not a natural situation for you to be in. When you're being forced into a situation that's not natural. You know what I'm saying? When there's other people forcing you to do certain things, have certain things, say certain things, that's not natural. You know what I'm saying? You need to take a step back and question, what is the basis? What is the understanding based on? Okay, these people are telling me certain things, but what is their understanding for justifying certain things that they say and certain things that they do? You have to go deep and get to the root. That's what being radical is. A person that's radical is a person that gets to the bottom of the matter, to the root of a particular matter or certain situation. See? So read it again one more time.
Ye are of your father the devil.
Right, so Christ told these men that they were of the devil. Read on.
And the lust of your fathers ye will do.
Go ahead.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
He was a what?
A murderer from the beginning.
See, so that's one of the characteristics of the devil. Murderers. And that's what you have going on in this society. Murder. On a daily basis on the streets. Okay, there's people murdering each other on the streets. But the people that's putting themselves out as the protectors are the ones that's murdering you also. It's not just the common man. Is an individual that sets himself up as a representative and a figure of authority, and he's carrying out murder and then seeking to justify. He has other people backing him up and trying to justify the acts of murder that they commit and saying that it's legal, it's lawful, okay, for them to forcefully take someone's life when there's no threat to their lives. See? So read on.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
From what?
From the beginning.
So this man is a murderer from the beginning. The devil is a murderer from the beginning. It's not talking about one individual. It's just talking about a kind of man. A kind of man, and there's many of them. And they're murderers. They've been like that from the beginning. Go ahead.
He was a murderer from the beginning and abide not in the truth.
And abode not in the truth. They don't abide in the truth. They don't deal with the truth. So when they tell you, oh, you know, you're a citizen. You're in our country. That's not truth. That's not truth. You can see right through that. You just ask them what makes a person a citizen. Not because you're born here, because the people that's born here, that's not citizens. Right? To be a citizen, you have to have a special type of relationship and something that's due to you, which is protection due to you, and you owe them allegiance. That's what defines a citizen. Just like people from so-called another country, they come here and they have to get naturalized, and they have to take these oaths and affirmations. You know what I'm saying? So you have to raise your right hand and say certain things to become a citizen, which is like you're pledging, like a pledge of allegiance. The pledge of allegiance is like a pledge of loyalty, a pledge of worship. That you will obey and do whatsoever you're told. And so in return for that, they could give you the protection of police, ambulance, fire, all these services, these emergency services. Okay, 911. So that is supposed to be the whole deal. They offer the services in exchange for your loyalty, for your obedience. Same thing with the whole 9/11 situation. They want to pass all these new laws, 9/11 laws, and what's the deal? You give up some of your rights. You give up some of your so-called rights, and we'll protect you. That doesn't make any sense at all. Why do you need to give up any of your rights to have other people protect you? Why people just can't protect themselves or protect each other? Why does anybody have to give up anything? It's totally unnecessary. It's a whole scam. So read that again.
He was a murderer from the beginning and abide not in the truth, because there is no truth in him.
Right, so there's no truth in this man. No truth. Read.
When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own.
So they're making up their own stuff. They're not basing it on anything, any facts in existence anywhere. They're just coming up with their own ideas. Right? They're using ideas from the ancient past, and then they're developing new ideas based on that. That's why they call it a new world order. You know what I'm saying? So read on.
When he speaketh the lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it.
Go ahead.
And because I tell you the truth, ye believe me not.
Right, so go back to Ephesians 6. See, so this man's a liar and the father of it. So many people have been deceived that when somebody finally come along and tell them the truth, they don't believe that person. So you're just following the masses, the mindset of the masses. But there's a wise proverb that says, broad is the way, and wide is the gate that leads to destruction. Okay? But narrow is the gate and straight is the way that leads to life. Everlasting life. So read that in Ephesians.
Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in his power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Right. So against the wiles of the devil. Okay. So like I said, you could go into Isaiah the 14th chapter and read from verse 9 to 12, and you see the devil's a man. All the people in the world is going to see Lucifer as a man. Okay. The man that went around oppressing all the nations of people on the earth and weakening the countries. So you'll read about that in Isaiah 14. Read on.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Right, so we're not dealing with flesh and blood. All right? So it's really not an issue of getting guns, you know, and going out there and training for some race war or some martial law confusion. That's not how you go about dealing with the problem, because the problem is not on a physical level. Okay, the problem doesn't start on a physical level. So that's what it's showing you. We're not wrestling against flesh and blood. Read.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities.
Against what?
Principalities.
Against principalities. That's what we're dealing with. Go ahead.
Against powers.
Against what?
Powers.
That's what the principalities are. Powers. Okay, we're dealing with forces. Go ahead.
Against the rulers of darkness of this world.
Right, the rulers of the darkness of this world. They're not there. They don't put themselves out there as flesh and blood. They put themselves out there as legal entities, corporations, okay, associations, orders. All right. So these are bodies of men, but they act in the name of an entity that they made up, an imaginary entity. Okay, read on.
Against spiritual wickedness in high places.
That's what we're dealing with. Spiritual wickedness. That's the reason for all the police shootings. That's the reason for all the false accusations. Just all the oppression of the whole system. People being thrown in jail for victimless crimes. Right. Go ahead.
Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God.
Right. So you have to. So being that it's not a physical thing, you can't take on physical armor. You have to take on spiritual armor that comes from the Most High. Right. Go ahead.
That ye may be able to withstand in the evil day.
See, that's what it's about. It's about withstanding all the garbage that they're gonna throw at you, that they're gonna come at you with. All the accusations that they come at you with that has no basis because it's not dealing with violating anyone. It's not dealing with violating anyone or anyone's property. Right? Go ahead.
Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth.
See? You have to have your loins girt with truth. See? The truth. So you have to know and understand truth. And that's what we're trying to bring out every single week on this show. Truth. Okay? So you could apply that truth and become more powerful through the application of that truth. Go ahead.
And your feet shod with preparation of the gospel of peace.
Go ahead.
Above all, taking the shield of faith.
The shield of faith, man. You have to believe in yourself. And you have to believe that you can make it through the system without being a slave to the system. Go ahead.
Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherefore ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked.
Right. So we're going to be able to quench the fiery darts of the wicked. So what's those fiery darts of the wicked? Those are the accusations. Okay. A dart is something that's thrown. So the wicked is going to throw these darts at you. Right. So when the wicked attacks you, they attack you in a form of accusation. Okay. It tells you that the devil goeth about like a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. Now go to Revelation. Give me the 13th chapter. So when you go into the book, it's basically explaining to you the whole situation, what's going on today, and how you can deal with it. It's giving you the wisdom and understanding to deal with it. But you keep seeing people running in these courts, and they just copping out to some petty charges. People just copping out of like parking tickets. Copping out to the so-called violations, misdemeanors, and little BS felonies. All these stuff are victimless crimes, right? But we're going to, after these set of scriptures, we're going to go in a little bit into explaining the mechanics of how their law system works and how they go about to convince you that what they're doing is legitimate and it applies to you. And we're going to break that down and show you it's all a scam, it's just nonsense. All right, so read. Revelation 13.
Revelation 13, verse 14. Right. And deceive them that dwell on the earth.
Right, so there's a group that set themselves up as if they were a nation. And it says in the scriptures, they deceive the people that dwell on the earth. This is done through politics and religion. All the deception on the earth is done through politics and religion, right? And all the commercial aspect of it, as far as the whole corporate world and all the corporate influences out there, that's all done according to politics, because politics control commerce, right? So
and deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do.
Right. So the miracles are the technological feats that they accomplish. All right. The technology of the war machine, the military industrial complex. Okay. The medical industry. See, these things have deceived people, where people have now begun to put their trust in this particular group, or these groups of violent men and women that seek to control the whole earth. So they put out the information out there to persuade and convince the people through false education, the religion and the politics, to get the people to go along with what it is they want to put out there. Go ahead.
and deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast.
Right, so this they said now they want to make an image to the beast. Right. Now when you go back and check out Daniel chapter 7, like we was going over last week, we explained that the beasts represent kingdoms, nations, men. These are empires of men that is referred to as beasts. Right. Just like you take it back to Genesis when it's talking about the serpent. If you have common sense, you know the serpent is not talking about a animal or reptile slithering on the ground. It's talking about a man. But it said it was more subtle than any other beast of the field. And so we brought out last week, Christ called men serpents in Matthew 23:33. Christ called men serpents. He said, you serpents, you generation of vipers, how you going to escape the damnation of hell? So the serpent's a man, is a beast. A serpent is a beast, and there's other beasts. So these people were persuaded to make an image to the beast, to a particular group of people called the beast, which are the Edomites when you read the scriptures. The Edomites, the Idumeans, okay, who are the people of the Greco-Roman Empire, all right? The Greco-Roman people. And basically today, they're known and they go about different names, different European names, but they all go back to Greece and Rome. Read on.
Which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Right, because Rome fell in 193 AD. That was the wound by the sword. Okay, under the hands of Septimius Severus and other black gladiators that came together and banded together and took over the empire little by little, section by section. And then it healed from that wound. They fell in 193, came back in power in the late 1100s. Right? The late 1100s AD. Okay, and under the Ottoman Empire. So they started to rise again and eventually set back up Rome and different parts of Europe, Spain, France, Germany, Russia, Britain. Okay, so read on.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
So this image now it's not real, but somehow they made a way to give life onto the image. So this is now people now believing and being persuaded that this image is real. This image is real. Now what is the image that people believe is real? Is the image of a nation. All right, and you'll see it makes sense and it goes together when we read down a little further. Read that part again.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak.
Now it says it's an image of the beast. Of means from. The beast is the people. So it's an image that's created by the people. An image that comes from the people. That what?
That the image of the beast should both speak.
So this image speaks, just like your government speaks. Your city speaks. Your state speaks. Okay? But these things that were created by people that are called entities, they speak. These entities speak. These entities are given life. Just like a corporation. When you read the 14th Amendment of the so-called Constitution of the United States, it tells you that something to the effect, I'm paraphrasing, that the corporations have equal rights, just as human beings do. Okay? So the corporations are recognized to have rights just like you. Okay, and some of them they have more rights than me and you. Okay, so this is how they give life to the image of the beast. This image is basically the image of a nation. It has no real life because it's a corporation. Okay, it's a group of people that came together, they made up a name, and now they're acting through that name, justifying everything they do by that name, through that name. Read on.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
See, so worship means what? To be obedient and loyal. So the image of the beast would speak, and it does that through the politicians. Okay? So the politicians speak in the name of the beast, in the name of the image of the beast. And so whosoever will not worship, and you can find the synonyms of worship to see as a word that is totally related to allegiance. Allegiance, obedience, loyalty. Okay, and that's what is going on here. Okay, if you are supposed to be loyal and you show any sort of disloyalty, they'll call you a terrorist. Say you're committing treason. Right. So they're looking for the loyalty. This is the reason why they punish you and charge you. Because the reason they charge you in the first place is because there's an assumption that you owe them allegiance. You owe them allegiance. You're supposed to be loyal. So that's why they say you violated. You broke the law. You broke the code. How could you break something if you're not bound to it? How could you violate something that you're not in agreement with? That's the question. Where's the evidence of the obligation? Obligation to owe allegiance. That's the question. Where is it? All right. So read.
And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond.
So he caused everybody. Everybody. You could say everybody that's within range, within his range. Okay, no matter where on the earth they are. He caused everyone to what?
And he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark.
To receive what?
To receive a mark.
So he caused everyone to receive a mark. This is not no microchip it's talking about. It's not talking about a microchip. Sorry. The man is he's not going to wait until damn near when he's about to be blown to smithereens by thermonuclear ballistic missiles when all hell break loose in the Middle East. He's not going to wait until like right at the end to come out with a system to distribute to hundreds of millions of people. No, they did that in the beginning. They want to mark you. They want to put a mark on everyone. Okay, they would have did this in the beginning of the establishment of their order. Right. So when you come into power as a nation, they come into power and they take control of the conquered peoples, and everyone is numbered. Everyone is accounted for. Everyone is accounted for. You think they're gonna come over here, take over the land over here, and then they don't account for every one of the people that they label as their enemies, as a combatant? Of course, they're gonna take account for them, and the same method and means, the devices by which they take account of people. That is the mark. That is the mark. So what this mark being issued out to everyone will be used for accounting. For accounting purposes. Tracking also. Right? So read on.
And he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand.
In their right hand. So you receive it in your right hand. Go ahead.
Or in their foreheads.
Or in your forehead. So your right hand represents that what? You in possession of it. And your forehead means that you believe in the concept. You've made yourself one with this mark. Now, this mark is just not one particular mark, but it's something that basically tells you they issue this to everyone, and it's basically used for you to buy and sell. Right? Read on.
And that no man might buy or sell.
See, no man might buy or sell. It doesn't say buy and sell. It says buy or sell. You can't do either which one without it. Right? Go ahead.
Save he that had the mark or the name of the beast.
So you need to have something with you. You need to show something, present something that has the mark on it. Everyone, it says he calls everyone a receiver. So today, if you go to buy something, you need to ask yourself, are you showing something that has a mark that's been given by the beast? The beast, remember, the beast is the actual people, the flesh and blood, men and women. Okay? And this beast set up an image for people to fall down to and worship. So now it's talking about the mark of the beast. The mark comes from the people who set up this image. Okay? The people, the same people that is against you in a criminal case. Like, for example, the people of the state of New York versus Joe. Okay? So the people that's referring to is the same people that issue this mark. These people that come together in these meetings in their special buildings, and they have these discussions of things that they want to implement in a form of as a law in society to enforce it on people. That's what they do. So this is a mark that everyone has to present in order to make a purchase. And it has certain information on it. The mark is certain information. It's going to tell you what it is. Read.
And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast.
Or there's something else going on here. There's something additional. There's also a name that is of the beast. Remember, of is just short for from. So there's a name and there's a mark that comes from the beast. Read.
Save he that had the mark or the name of the beast.
You have to have one of them. You have to have the mark or the name. Right? Go ahead.
Or the number of his name.
Or the number of his name. See. So I'm gonna tell you straight up that mark is your what you consider your legal information. Okay? Your legal identity. And it's the beast issues different marks. But it's all a mark of the beast. No matter which one you're looking at, it's a mark of the beast. All right. The mark you need to go in and buy and sell is the currency. When you look at the currency has a name of an entity on it. It's a name of a being. Okay? It's not a physical being. It's a mental being. Okay? This is a legal entity. So when you check out the coin, it says what? The United States on that. If you check out the paper money, it says what? The United States on it. The name United States came from where? Who came up with the name? Was it the black man when he was a slave? The black woman? Was it the Native American Indians that came up with that name? No. It was a group of people. Okay, and they came up with the name themselves. They weren't black. They weren't Native American Indians. They came up with that name. Okay, and they put that name on something that everybody needs to get in order to buy and sell. How you gonna buy and sell without currency? Can you buy and sell without currency? Is there a name on the currency? Is there a name of an entity on the currency? Yes, there is. And there's also numbers on there. But the main one that's talking about the number, read that last part again, where it talks about the number.
And that no man might buy or sell, say he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
See? Now, guess what? To buy or sell anything, you need a social security number. Okay, if you're not going to use the currency that has the name of the beast, and the currency has numbers on there too, 8, 9 digit numbers on the paper currency. But if you're not going to use the currency, you're going to have to use a debit card, credit card, you see. And how do you get the use of a debit card or credit card? Through social security number. Okay. So that's how most purchases are made in the world today. They're made with utilizing the social security number and a credit or debit card number. You cannot buy or sell anything without the name of the beast, which is in the United States of America, or the number of his name, which is that 8, 9 digit. How much digits is that on Social Security? 9 digits, and then the 16 digits on the plastic cards you use for debit or credit. See, it's right there, telling you right there. The whole system is set up right out of your Bible. You got a man that's going around accusing you, and he's forcing you to pay homage, loyalty, and be obedient to an image that he or they created, and threatens your life if you go against that. If you will not show your allegiance or your loyalty. That's what they did to the native inhabitants of the land here that resisted. Right? Now go to Romans 13. Romans 13. So we're going to go to Romans 13. We're just going to open it up with the first verse. We're going to take a little break, play a couple of more songs, and then come back and finish it out. But Romans 13 is going to pick up right where we left off at. Okay, explaining about this beast system and how it's operating and how you got to deal with it. All right. So read Romans 13 for me. Let's see what that's going into, what it's talking about.
Romans 13, chapter 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers.
Right. Let every soul be subject to higher powers. Now remember, in Ephesians, where you start off reading, it says we're not wrestling against flesh and blood. We're wrestling against principalities and powers. Right. So, in order to do this successfully, there's a certain method that you have to use. Now, the powers are set up by the Most High. Okay, the Most High he's the God of power. He controls all power. There's no power but of God. And it's going to tell you that right there in the next verse. Read that.
For there is no power but of God.
Right. So see, every conceivable force that you could think of it comes from the Most High. So whether the force is in the form of oppression, comes from the Most High. Okay. The Most High is in total control of these people. The people might seem like they're out of control, but there's a higher power that's totally overseeing the situation and manipulating the situation by will. Okay, and that is the exercise of supreme wisdom that we yet to get the understanding of. All right, so once you are aware of certain truths, then your understanding will increase as to the current situation that we have to deal with day by day with these control freaks. All right, read that again.
For there is no power but of God, the power that be or ordained of God. Whosoever therefore resist the power, resisted the ordinance of God.
Right. So if you resist, see, and that links back with what Christ was talking about. That links back with what Christ was talking about in Matthew 5:25 and 26, where he says, "Agree with your adversary quickly." So if you resist, then what?
Whosoever therefore resists the power, resists the ordinance of God.
Right. So you're resisting the ordinance of God, and what else?
And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
So you're gonna receive damnation. Now we see a lot of situations that came up on the news where the police been shooting brothers, shooting sisters, and there's no sign of any resistance in the situation that has went down. Right. So that's a whole another situation. But when you are dealing with them, you really don't want to provoke them or stir up any kind of aggression, because they're trained to maintain at least 2, 3, 4 levels of control above you. Okay, so they're trained to control every situation, no matter how frivolous or non-criminal it is. They go through this training, this mental conditioning, and it's very dangerous. So when you deal with them, you have to be as wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Okay, this is the advice of a man that knows them very well. Okay, that's the Most High Christ. So you got to follow that word of advice if you want to be safe, and you don't want to be hurt, and you want to live. Yeah. Just avoid any sort of physical resistance, because they'll break you, and then you end up in a hospital or a funeral home.
When they stop you, that's what they want to do: beat you over the head, shoot you, or give you a ticket. Either 3.
Yeah, that's good. They ready. They got their little gloves, their beating gloves in their back pocket, and they're ready to give it to you as soon as you have the wrong tone of voice. Okay, so you have to be very careful when you're responding to these people, and watch your reactions. Watch your hands. Keep your hands where they can be seen. Even though, to some individuals, it's just not going to matter. They're going to shoot you regardless of where your hands is at. But best thing you could do is just be as safe as possible. Keep your hands where they could be seen, and just you have to be considerate of your manners when you're speaking, your tone of voice. And all these things. All these things have to be checked, and you have to speak to them in an appropriate manner. You understand? And but don't let them think you're soft at the same time. Don't let them think you're mushy at the same time. They could just tell you anything. When you ask them the proper questions, which is evidence, is the first thing you should ask for evidence. Okay. You don't do anything unless evidence is provided to you. Okay, they have to justify what they're doing every step of the way. Right. So read what you got again.
Whosoever therefore resists the power, resist the ordinance of God, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. For rulers are not a terror to good works.
Right, they're not a terror to good works. So if you're doing the right thing, you don't have to worry about these people that are in a position of rulers. Right, keep doing the right thing. Right, so good works is you going out and you treating people the way you want to be treated. Those are the good works. You're not going to do something to someone you wouldn't want another person doing to you. So look out for one another, help one another out, teach one another, guide one another, assist one another with little burdens that you have every day, and enjoy yourselves. That's just doing good. Now, he don't have anything against that. You know what I'm saying? But when you start to violate certain universal laws, that's where he comes in. He comes in and starts to act up and act upon you. Right. So you have to be careful with what you're doing. What you're doing may attract their attention. Right. So you don't have to put yourself out there as a person that is afraid of the system and you just gonna obey them and do everything they say because you know they got the guns and they could put you in jail. That shouldn't be something to discourage you from standing up and speaking the truth and questioning in order to get truth. Okay, this is what we are here to do. We here to learn truth. This is the major part of this life experience, major purpose of this life experience, to learn and understand truth and walk in the truth. Okay, as far as the all the true things that deal with our empowerment, our upliftment, our regathering together. Okay, as peoples, as tribes, and as nations. See, we have to pursue the truth. Right? The great teacher said, "What? You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." So that's what we're about dealing with here. Exposing truth, giving you a chance to analyze certain things that we're bringing out on the show, so you could question and go over it and see how you can deal with this situation, and if this situation is either disempowering you or it's empowering you. If you go along with the general masses and with the people that support this modern day slave system that they have here, you're not helping to improve the whole world for everybody. You're just contributing to the problem. So we'll be right back after a few. Gonna go into playing a little more hip hop, revolutionary hip hop. Pay attention to these words. If you have any questions, give us a call.
Any questions, any comments, 718-676-0820.
So contact us. You can hit us up on kingandqueenradio.com on 93.5 FM. That's kingandqueenradio.com. Mastering the Matrix. And give us a call. You have any questions about the scriptures that was being brought out or anything being brought out concerning this information on the system. If you know anyone that got some charges that has to go to court, got a court date, whether it's a civil case or a criminal case, give us a call, and we could give you some ideas, some techniques that you could use to get rid of the situation, alleviate the situation, because it's a very successful method to use the Socratic method and to keep the burden of proof on the people that's accusing you of committing some sort of violation, or even if you owe some sort of debt. There's ways to go about that to get rid of that, because the whole system is a scam. It's based on lies. So there's ways to get over. There's ways to get rid of every situation, every charge. Okay, you have a student loan, car loan, mortgage. You get rid of all that stuff. You just need to be persistent and precise with your questions. You have to ask the proper, appropriate questions. Questions that are supposed to be answered that they are unable to answer. And that's what you got to stick with. And you gotta bring that out. Bring out the facts to show that these particular questions that you ask are questions that are supposed to be answered. These are things that they supposed to know. And so you can disable them totally by asking the appropriate question in the appropriate manner. All right, so let's get into this music, and I'll see you back on the other side.
We of the Black Watch now arrest the demonic mind state of mortals for the following crimes: religion, art, sciences, government, writing, mathematics, astrology, philosophy, inventions, culture, sense of reality, speech techniques, not to mention the tolerance of ignorance, raping of a people, subjecting blackness to an inhumane system, changing of facts, claiming the divine, disgracing a nation, production of a white kryptonite, trespassing on most sacred ground, trying to replace the flag of power with the symbols of slavery and the hardship of hundreds of years. By the way, Vanglorious, this is protected by the red, the black, and the green at the crossroad with a key, sissy.
Verbs of power. Now here's the sum of another drum. Now mortals aware, not prepared for a logical sun. My verbs of power are the spiritual spank. My deep, deep blackness, your mind gets dank. Revelation to Genesis, something you cannot dismiss. Keys to crossroad, come to abyss and find a verb stick swinging while I'm living. Giving the rhythm, heed the word and the bass drop given. A funk down, super sound, lyrical, visual, a logical wisdom, forever continual. You're living simplistically and speak of reality. Your science elementary, that speak you can get with me. Look at the wax, it's hieroglyphic, it's actual fact. I'm not reading and striving to wanna be black. Here's the move, cause I see none. I never boast, I never brag, I get the job done. I'm not the bluntly political, nor am I the physical, the rhythmical, spiritual, the mystical, magical. Movement is circle, never 90 degrees of a square. I'm the gorilla, robotics will run in a scare. Just to find that the zero's the ground. Come into my temple, have a seat at the round, feel the power.
Brother, how you make him get down?
Professor Overseer, I've got pimp in my crown. It was the pimp that drove the mountainous elephants. It was ignorance that made this irrelevant. I'm not the pasta boy, I'm the African, call me by name. I'm the original, I taught you to set up this game. You silly mortal, you keep playing the trump. I think they'll have to come and get me from stomping and kicking your rump. Once again, now it comes in the trend. I said free South Africa, you went to Berlin. Now there's a problem, I stand firm, beating my chest. You think a silly polar bear could ever put this to rest? And yet they still will apologize. Well, I will epitomize, embrace my children, show them creator's eyes onto the path of the mystical, teaching the math. No more to suffer, it's time for the wrath, feel the power. To the throne I come forth. Weapon of Faru, the verbs of great thought. Look at the sundial, look at the child of man. Where's the faith in the spirit, the master plan? Opportunity, the spoils of religion of God, man. Hero to rescue, the drum jam. Fire, water, air, and earth, I am the fool. Teaching power that I never could learn in school. I am the teacher from the far and beyond. Turn an apple to a lotus, turn a rib to a wand. To compare me or dare me is foolish, it's more than a job. No entertainment, a logical art God has come. Straight from mom intent with the earth dish. Come with the verb stick, the bag of the new tricks. Stronger than ever, my intent of the universe. Coming of immortals is the strength in the verse. That's the power.
all agreed tonight, all of the speakers have agreed that America has a very serious problem. Not only does America have a very serious problem, but our people have a very serious problem. America's problem is self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction. Self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction. Self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction. Self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction.
Well, today's topic, self-destruction. It really ain't the rap audience is bugging. It's one or two suckers, ignorant brothers, trying to rob and steal from one another. You get caught in the mid. So to crush that stereotype, here's what we did. We got ourselves together so that you could unite and fight for what's right. Not negative cause. The way we live is positive. We don't kill our relatives.
Pop, 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 when it's shot, who's to blame? Headlines, front page, and raps the name. MC Delight here to state the bottom line. The black on black crime was way before our time.
Took a brother's life with a knife as his wife cried, cause he died of trifling death when he left his very last breath. Was I slept, so watch your step. Back in the 60s, our brothers and sisters were hanged. How could you gangbang? I never ever ran from the Ku Klux Klan, and I shouldn't have to run from a black man, cause that's
self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction. Self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction. Self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction. Self-destruction. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Funky fresh dressed to impress, ready to party. Money in your pocket, dying to move your body. To get inside, you pay the whole $10. Scotch tape with a razor blade, take to your collar. Leave the guns in the crack and the knobs alone. MC lights on the microphone, bum rushing and pushing, snatching and taxing. I crammed understand why brothers don't be maxing. There's only one disco, they'll close one more. You ain't guarding the door, so what you got a gun for? Do you rob the rich and give to the poor? Yo, daddy-o. School them some more.
Straight from the mouth. And daddy-o. Do a crime. End up in jail and gotta go. Cause you could do crime and get paid today. And tomorrow you're behind bars in the worst way. Far from your family. Cause you're locked away. Now tell me. Do you really think crime pays? Scheming on taking what your brother had?
You little sucker.
You talking all that jazz.
It's time to stand together in a unity. Cause if not, then we're soon to be self-destroyed, unemployed. The rap race will be lost without a trace or a clue. But what to do is stop the violence and kick the science down the road that we call eternity, where knowledge is formed and you learn to be self-sufficient, independent. To teach the each is what rap intended, but society wants to invade. So do not walk this path that they laid. It's
self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction. Self-destruction.
D-Nice, break it down like this.
Children growing, women producing, men go working, some do stealing.
Self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction. Self-destruction.
I'm Miss Melody and I'm a born-again rebel. The bombs in rap must cease and settle. If we want to develop and grow to another level, we can't be guinea pigs for the devil. The enemy knows they're no fools because everyone knows the hip-hop rules. So we gotta get a grip and grab what's wrong. The opposition is weak and rap is strong.
This is all about, no doubt, to stop violence. But first, let's have a moment of silence. Swing. This has been stated, re-educated, evaluated. Thoughts of the past have faded. The only thing left is the memories of our belated. And I hate it when someone dies to get all hurt up for a silly gold chain by chump. Word up. It doesn't make you a big man. And you want and go and dish your brother, man. And you don't know that's part of the plan. Why? Cause rap music is in full demand. Understand?
Self-destruction. Yeah, self-destruction.
My name is Just Ice, a man, not a prankster. I was known as the gangster, but believe me, that is no fun. The time is now to unite everyone. You don't have to be soft to be for peace. Robbing and killing and murdering is the least. You don't have to be chained by the beast, but party people, it's time I release.
Hey yo, here's the situation. Idiocy, nonsense, violence, not a good policy. Therefore, we must ignore fighting, fussing. Heaven's at the door, so there'll be no bum rushing. Let's get together because we're falling apart. I heard a brother shot another, it broke my heart. I don't understand the difficulty, people. Love your brother, treat him as an equal. They call us animals, I don't agree with them. I'll prove it wrong, but right is what you're proving them. Take heed before I leave to what I'm saying, or we'll all be on our knees praying.
Heavy deep in the heart of
the matter. The self-destruction is served on a platter, making a day, not failing to anticipate. They got greedy, so they fell for the bait. That makes them a victim, picked and plucked. New jack in jail, but to the vets bear a duck. There's no one around, cause in jail you're a number. They never took the time to wonder about self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction. Self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction.
Yes, we urge to merge. We live for the love of our people, the hope they get along.
Yeah, so we get a song.
Getting a point to our brothers and sisters who don't know the time.
Boy, so we run around.
Instead in your heads, you know our job to build and collect ourselves with intellect. To revolve, to evolve, to self-respect. Plus, we got to keep ourselves in check, or else it's self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction. Self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction.
Yeah. Yeah. Nowadays we be rocking glasses for fashion, like refraction. Covered with Max Factor or hustling backwards. It's high tech, look like Richie from Last Dragon. Your focus on bogus rappers got you caught up in distractions. Distractions. Who cares? That's distraction. You wish it was you, don't you? Why you asking? Try to break the law of attraction to get a piece of my attention. Just a fraction of a ration or a measly little morsel. They'll suck your blood if you believe in the immortals. We nocturnal like a sleeping disorder. See the water drawn away from the shore. This ain't no ordinary storm. We killing for a humanitarian cause, but have yet to show up at the fore. The Arab Spring is what it's called, but it's looking like the pride before the fall. They say it ain't about the spoils of war, but turn around and tell you how much more the oil will cost. Steal the land from the Native American and call them missiles tomahawk. Make them a mascot and dress up like it for sport as a final insult to this beautiful culture. Scavengers feasting on the dead like a vulture. Snacking, how you keeping up with my rap? You barely keeping up with Kardashian. You caught up in distraction. It's the living proof to try to make the truth elastic. It's Mr. Fantastic. I'm recycling these rappers. Truthfully, these is plastic. Coming through the front door blasting. I ain't talking about the emails that you always sent to the masses, but somehow end up in my trash bin. My got the aim of sharpshooters in the hearts of assassins. Artist war, artist life, artist passion. I'm trying for distractions. The president wear a flag when my rhyming is deep as holes. Chilean miners was trapped in all the cracks in the earth. Under Asian minor causing disasters. My deep cuts way above your minor refractions. Talk to rappers like children, cause that's how they act. And they hold their hands like miners in traffic. Captains of industry and the lovers status quo. Have a deep-seated fear of change. For them it's strange, they wanna go back to the 50s. They asking for a return, but the days is much blacker for lack of a better term. We adapted to the times, but this culture we had to learn came about as natural as a perm or a pachyderm. Fascists have had your turn. We packing them German burners, them Lucas, the next shooters is waiting for Superman. They get nothing but Lex Luthor. America's nightmares, vivid as Fred Krueger. I hear us dead too. It's the spirit that bled through us. Endear us to the rhythm, so the flow is so foolish. What you hearing is precision. The people are so thirsty. What they seeing is mirages, but a passion photoshopping in your YouTube collages. I'm a fool like Elisha's exposing the false prophets, or how to do the knowledge, so I'm never off topic. The lies like a potion. First you get you open, then you swallow whole. Straight for the truth, no chases. Skip religion and the politics. Head straight for the compassion. Everything else is a distraction.
It's your life to live, so live it the best you can. On this great long stress that they call it distraction.
No time for sitting and playing.
Every day,
better things to do than that. No time for sitting and playing. Cause you suckers like black.
Yes. That was Talib Kweli with Distractions. Welcome back to King and Queen Radio, Mastering the Matrix, with your host Mims, on 93.5 FM Internet Radio. We want to thank you for staying tuned in, and listening to this, because it's some real important information that you could apply in your life and in the life of your friends and families. Okay, each one teach one, because this is what it's all about. It's about learning and understanding the truth out here. Okay, that's been covered up for so long. It's constantly being covered up by what? Distractions. But that's how the system continues to persevere, okay, through the distractions that they promote. They promote the distractions over the television, over the radio, and on the streets, through the advertisements, on the billboards, the posters, and the subways, on the buses. Everything's a distraction. It's something for you to look at and stimulate your senses, stimulate your lusts, your desires. See, so they're trying to feed you with things that's going to distract you from what's going on. That they're slowly taking over the whole planet and every single individual on it. They issue these marks. They cause everyone to receive it when they're born. And they cause everyone to use it. So the only thing is now you can't identify yourself with that. That's let's go back to the scriptures. Let's go back to Revelation 13 about the mark for a second. It's really saying that if you worship the beast and his image, then you're really not on the right track. And you're in for some misfortune. The judgment of the Creator is going to fall upon you and everyone else that goes along with this system, and you merge yourself, you identify yourself with the system. That's you're in a bad position. Okay, because it tells you that everyone that receives that mark, okay, in their right hands or foreheads, they're going to be cast alive into a lake that's burning with fire and brimstone. Okay, and that lake burning with fire and brimstone is, according to prophecy, if you understand it, it's right here on the North American continent. That's where the lake burning with fire and brimstone is. There's going to be a couple of lakes around the world. It's not going to be just only here. There's going to be a few places around the world that will be covered with fire, baptized with fire, and covered with brimstone. Okay, but the North American continent is definitely on the list according to prophecy and scripture. Okay, so read that again one more time.
Romans chapter 13.
Revelation 13. Start from the 15 first.
Revelation 13:15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right. So the image is now looked at as a talking image. See, so it's something fake, phony that exists out here in the world that the scripture is talking about. The image that's been put out there that talks and promotes violence is the cause of violence. This particular image. So it's really people that carry an image carrying out violence. That's what it's telling you. There's groups of people around the world, and especially in one particular part of the world, and they're carrying an image, and by this image that they carry out violence upon the people that will not worship the image, that will not submit to the image. So it's clear as crystal. You wondering and searching, you don't need to search anymore. Now that you are tuned into Masterin The Matrix, You could get all the truth about your slavery right here. All the truth about your enslavement. We're going to talk about it. Talk about the mechanics and how it works and everything. So read what you got. Continue.
And he calls it all, both small and great.
Everybody, okay, he, which is the people or the man, the group of people that act together as one through this name. They cause everybody small and great, no matter who you are, what your reputation is, what level of wealth you have. It doesn't matter to them. They cause everyone small and great to what?
And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark.
To receive a mark. See, you have to receive. You have to receive a mark. Receive a birth certificate. Receive a social security card. Receive ID. But it's mainly going into birth certificate and social security card. Everyone within this man's range must receive one of those if you want to function in this man's or in these people's setup system. You must receive that. Okay, so this is the whole thing what buying and selling is based on. You being part of the system and believing in it. Those words is written on your $20 bill, not your $20 bill, excuse me. The $20 bill you're using, that you have, the $10 bill, the $1 bill, the $5 bill, the 50, the 100, all of these have the same subscription written on it. United States of America. Okay. And that is supposed to be the image. A country. United States of America, you ask anybody, what is that? They'll tell you it's a country. But what's a country? What is a country? It's a conception. It's a mental conception. Politics. Okay. So how can you form a country by forcing people to go along with the concept? Is that how you form a country? By forcing people to go along with the concept? Is that really how countries are set up? You go and you invade lands that's occupied by other people. Or let's not use the word occupied. That's inhabited by other people. You go to these lands, you manipulate the people, and then you do acts of violence on them and drive them out of certain areas of the land and drive them into certain other areas of the land, and then you keep them there, you isolate them there, and you take over the rest of the land, say it's yours, and then you lie to everybody, put out songs like, hey, this land is your land, this land is my land. This is just total propaganda and nonsense. Why it's nonsense? Because this contradicting information is being put out there, is being taught to the people through the education system that's put out there. We're going into history as how this whole so-called country was set up. Well, it starts with certain documents, a couple of documents. Well, one of them is the Declaration of Independence. And when you go into it, you'll see a statement in there. It says, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and that they're endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. And among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And that to secure these rights, the governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. So, this is what you would call one of the founding documents of a country. Truths. They said these truths, they hold these truths to be self-evident. That all men are created equal. Really? Well, seems as if there's some people that believe they were created more equal than other people. Because if all men are created equal, then where's the notion, the sense of superiority and authority over other people, to just blast them away, to just blow them away on the street? Where do you get this authority from? Because you from a piece of paper? A piece of paper gives you the power? How does that sound? An old piece of paper giving you power. Now, instead of me arguing about that, I would rather just ask you, what facts do you base that on? What leads you to believe that this piece of paper actually gives you some sort of power? Because of what's written on there. What is this, paper worshiping going on? People worshiping paper? See, so it's the truth. The truth is self-evident, but you have certain information that's put out there in a form of propaganda that's contradictory, and is not in the form of truth. You see, it's not in the form of truth. Now, let's look at something called standing. When you're accused, okay, and there's someone who wants to seek some sort of relief, and they're accusing you of committing some sort of violation against society in general. Okay. Now, in order to have a court case, in order to have a case heard, a person must have standing. What's called standing before the court. You must have standing to bring a issue before a court. So standing is the actual qualification to be in court as a party. More so on the accusatory side. You're taking the offensive. So you must have standing if you're taking the offensive. You're accusing someone, you want someone to intervene and provide some sort of relief, justice, then you must have standing. You must show that you are presenting a proper controversy. Okay, a formal dispute before the court. Now, it's the same wherever you go. The important elements is the violation of a legal right, injury, and damage. So, if the person that's accusing you has not accused you of violating their rights, then they don't have standing. Additionally, with that, if they are not alleging any injury and damage to show forth damage as a result of that injury, they don't have a case. They don't have standing. Now, this is according to all the common definitions that you'll read on standing as pertaining to legal standing. Okay? So, you look at the majority of the cases, or so-called cases, the majority of the complaints, let's call them complaints, because that's what they really are. They're complaints that are insufficient on their face to make a case. So there's many complaints that's being made every day against people And the system is getting rich off of the people's ignorance as to how the system is supposed to work. The qualification of the person accusing them to actually go about carrying out a full accusation against them in a formal manner. That has to be put to a stop if they can't prove that there was any real violation. Now remember, when we're going back to the original document, that one of the original documents that's supposed to form this body politic of a country, that's called a country or international state, it says that the truths that are self-evident is all men are created with equal. They are created equal and endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights. And that among those rights are life, liberty, and a pursuit of happiness. And it goes on to say that the governments are instituted among men in order to secure these rights. So what's the court there for? Well, the court is allegedly there, according to the propaganda of the original document. The court is there to secure and protect individual rights. Okay? It clearly says it right there in the Declaration. You can read it. And just throw it back in their face and ask them about it. It says that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men. Okay, so if you're walking down the street with an open bottle of alcohol and a man comes up to you and asks you for identification and all this stuff, and or if you have you're in a vehicle, you have some friends, your buddy is sitting in the passenger seat, he's just swigging on a beer. You got friends in the back seat swinging on a beer. You ain't drinking. Your friends in the car drinking. Did you commit a crime? Did you violate someone's rights? Whose rights was violated? Where does the purpose of the court come in a situation like that? If the court's purpose is to secure, the court is a branch of the government. It's part of the government. It's a functioning aspect of the government. So if the government's whole purpose is to protect and maintain rights, then whose rights was violated because your friends or the company you had in the vehicle you was in had open bottles or cans of alcohol? That's the question. It's just a question. Okay, now how are they going to prove that they have standing to accuse you or anyone else in a court that you committed a crime or a violation and that the court has a jurisdiction to hear the case? How can they prove that if they can't show that someone's rights was violated because of an open bottle or can of beer? No one's rights are violated by an open bottle or can of beer. No one's rights are violated by having a firearm. No one's rights are violated by having drugs. Okay? No one's rights are violated by going through a traffic light, by parking your vehicle in a particular place. Okay? So that's the main key element in order to have standing in a court, whether it's a criminal court, criminal case, or civil court. For a civil case, the person that is asking the court to hear their complaint must show that they've been violated, okay, and damaged as a result of that violation. That's key. So that's the main thing I want everybody to remember and keep in their minds. Do your own research. You have to just believe what I say. Go do your research and check it out. And see if standing is a legitimate doctrine in the court that you must have standing, and look over some cases. Google lack of standing. Google lack of standing, lack of legal standing in court, and see all the information that comes up, and see that this is one thing that's required for everyone. Okay, it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're a government prosecutor or you just a regular old man or a young man or old woman or a young woman, and you want to sue somebody in a civil court. It doesn't matter. You have to have standing. You have to meet certain requirements in order to invoke the court's authorities, the alleged authority. Okay, so that's key. We have to see the bigger picture, that most people, most of the accusations that's being brought is not proper at all, because no one is being accused of violating anyone, hurting anyone, damaging anyone or anything. So it now seems as if there's some sort of contractual breach. Okay, like they might tell you, this is not a crime, it's a violation. Well, you look up the word violation, you analyze that, what a violation is. Like I said before, it implies that you breached an agreement. You didn't keep up with your end of some agreement that was put out there. Okay, you cannot violate what you did not agree to. You could violate another person when you trespass on a person, but violating a law, how do you violate a law? You'll violate a person by breaking the law. We're gonna understand that. You know, people get violated. People get violated. But how do you violate the law? Okay? And so, give me one scripture out for 1 second. Give me Isaiah the 33rd chapter and the 22nd verse. Now, what is law? Where does law come from? So if me and this brother now, we just get together on our own and we say we're going to make up some rules for everybody because they're here. Is that legitimate? Can we actually apply our rules that we made up and tell everybody that it's law and that they have to follow it, and threaten them if they don't follow it? See, we're just regular people like everybody else. So who are we to tell you or anybody else what to do? See? Now, if you're in someone's house, you can't just go in someone's house and do what you want to do. We understand that. But when you're talking about this land here that's called the North American continent, whose house is this? Are they going to have the nerve to claim this is their house? You're going to come on a land where you already find inhabitants here. You're going to take it over and claim it's your house? Really? Because you can't come here and then just make up rules and say it applies to everybody and prove it. You can't do that. That's what all this show is about. There's another show you people can tune into called the No State Project. Okay, MarkStevens.net. That's MarkStevens.net. That's just another site you could go on and you could find information and proof that these people can't do that. Come here, take over the land where there's already inhabitants here, make up rules, and it applies to everybody. They can't prove that that's true. They can't prove that that's legitimate. That's what they're doing. They're applying it, but there's no evidence or proof that it's supposed to be applied. See, it's applied arbitrarily just because they want to. See, so they're ruling by force. They're not ruling by law. If you're ruling by law, then where's the evidence? To prove you're ruling by law, you should prove that the law applies. Prove that the little things you write down every couple of weeks or so, every month or so, prove that it applies to every single body that's here just because they're here. Because people think, well, I have to follow the law because I'm here. How does that add up? There's a missing link. How does that add up? What's the logic to that? Okay. There's certain, just because I'm a human being, a man, the law applies to me. Man governs man. Man rules over man. What is this, slavery? So it is. If you have people ruling other people, controlling other people, telling them when they can come outside and when they have to go inside, and they don't have their own means to survive and grow food on their own, they need license and permission to grow food. You need other people permission to grow food. Check that out. It's not that you just need other people to acknowledge that you have the skills to grow food. No, that's not enough. You need their permission to grow food. Now, if you don't get their permission to grow food, then what is this they're proposing? Violence. Okay, if you go out there on the street and you try to sell some food, what are they going to ask you for? Food permit. Vendor's license. And this is all done under the guise of protection, when they're the first ones to commit an act of violence, to initiate violence on you. They're there to protect you, but who's gonna be the first one to initiate violence on you for not having a food permit, a food vendor's permit? If you don't show any identification, when someone comes up to you and asks you for a food vendor's permit, what they're gonna do? What are they gonna do if you don't want to even talk to them or cooperate with them? They're gonna force themselves on you. They're gonna force their reality on you. They're gonna force you to respond. They're going to try to force you to speak. See? So this whole system is based on force. It's not based on law. Law doesn't come from man. Man creates rules that have the force and effect of law because he's a control freak. Modern day man has become a control freak. So the appearance of law is false. It's not true. Law comes from the Creator. And everything that is created is governed by the law. It's created by the Creator. The Creator creates law. Laws are above man. Man is governed by law. Man is controlled by law. Not man-made law. Man-made law is for men to control other men. Men and women to control other men and women. Right. But God's law, the Creator's law, is to control all men and women. Even the ones that's devising schemes to control others, they cannot escape the law. Read what you got and then give me Romans 7.
Okay, this is Isaiah chapter 32, verse 22. 33:22. All right. For the Lord is our judge.
See, it says the Lord, the Creator, is our judge.
The Lord is our lawgiver.
And He's our lawgiver. See? So our laws were given to us by the Creator. Our laws come from the Creator. It's clear cut Okay, read on.
For the Lord is our judge, the Lord is our lawgiver, and the Lord is our king. He will save us.
See that? So we have a king and a lawgiver. Now give me Romans 7. Let's start from 1. So our laws come from our Creator, not from other men. That's the point. Read what you got.
Romans chapter 7, verse 1. Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law.
See that? So this information is being brought out to people who know that there's some people that don't know the law. They think the Constitution is law. They think the DMV code is law. They think the tax code is law. Okay? But no, the author of this book here, Romans, okay, is speaking to them that know the law. They know the law. They know the laws of the Creator. Read on.
For I speak to them that know the law, how that the law hath dominion over a man.
Over what?
Over a man.
The law hath dominion over a man. Go ahead.
As long as he liveth.
As long as he's alive. So you a man, the law has dominion over you. You don't have dominion over the law. Give me Galatians 6 and 7. Don't have dominion over the law. The law has dominion over you as long as you living on the earth. That's common sense. It's common knowledge.
Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he reap also.
Okay, so whatsoever a man sows, he's also going to reap that. So don't be deceived. Okay, don't be deceived. If you understand full well how this whole situation on this continent was set up, going back to the early mid-1500s. Okay, if you start from the early mid-1500s all the way up to today, you know that something is not right. It doesn't take any rocket scientists for you to see that. It's clear as crystal. Clear as crystal. You want to read that again one more time?
Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
All right. Whatsoever a man sow, he also going to reap that. See? So we'll be back in a few. You want to run a couple of more songs? Check this out. Pay attention to these words.
Man. Motherfucker. Follow the nigga around, dude. That's real. Fuck these feds. Racist motherfuckers. I don't wanna run no more, but I know that if I stop, I'll be another nigga headed to heaven hanging with Pop. These motherfuckers look at me like I'm a slanger, making threats to my family, dog. I'm in danger. Who do you call when these agents want you dead and they hit these penitentiaries and niggas make a pledge? So I dip and duck the fed. All my homies stuck out on indictments, caught up on the phone talking prices. 25 to life's the mandatory minimum. My whole community gets treated like they criminals. Crying convictions, getting motherfuckers hung. Gotta see out on the inside and everybody's song. Mothers and fathers separated from their sons. Households are broken, you couldn't hold your tongue. If it's yours, say it's yours, take the case, do your time. You was out here getting money from it, everything was fine. Now you're crying in your jail cell, stressing on the case. And the DEA's at a nigga every other day. I can see it in your face. We don't talk to police, we don't make a peace. bump. We don't trust in the judicial system, we shoot guns. We rely on the streets, we do battle in the hood. I was born in the G code, embedded in my blood. We don't talk to police, we don't make a peace bond. We ain't trusting in the judicial system, we shoot guns. We rely on the streets, we do battle in the hood. I was born in the G code, embedded in my blood. See, I be on some street shit, don't talk to police. I won't accept a visit from agents who wanna see if I got shit to say about a nigga case. I'm a motherfucking nigga through and through, I ain't gay. Know a nigga caught a case and he took his 25, set it out on appeal and gave him back that time. A soldier in his mind and his actions said the same. Told a cracker, tell your mammy suck his dick and see with James. Ain't no motherfucking game, we been living this for real. When the government is working, real niggas never squeal. Right here the truth revealed, drawing you a mouse. Yeah, you rapping, but the homie Lil Pops can't get out. Niggas, they get the pen, they get charged, they get out. On a rule 35, he informing for the cops. You can hear it in his voice, I listen to the tapes. Now you showing up in court, testifying for the state. We don't talk to police, we don't make a peace bond. We don't trust in the judicial system, we shoot guns. We rely on the streets, we do battle in the hood. I was born in the G code, embedded in my blood. We don't talk to police, we don't make a peace bond. We ain't trusting in the judicial system, we shoot guns. We rely on the streets, we do battle in the hood. I was born in the G code, embedded in my blood. I'm knowing all the scams, all the tricks to the trade. Know a nigga trying to get clean and you get in the way. Know a nigga trying to get green and you stick out the bait. Cause a nigga like a dope fiend can't rehabilitate. Still we sticking to the G code, we playing by the rules. We don't fuck around with new niggas cause new niggas is fools. We don't photograph the homies that'll catch a nigga up. On the picture you a victim, bottom line nigga fuck. Only connect the real, staying down with the truth. I got love for you, man, you a real nigga spook. My nigga Spoonie G, I can only name a few, but it's 1,000 motherfuckers in the pen bulletproof. So this one here for you, I'ma rap it till I die. Fuck a 5K1, check his PSI. Send his ass to the top if he say he sit at home. He a motherfucking snitch, snitching niggas lead a song. We don't talk to police, we don't make a peace bond. We don't trust in the judicial system, we shoot guns. We rely on the streets, we do battle in the hood. I was born in the G code, embedded in my blood. We don't talk to police, we don't make a peace bond. We ain't trusting in the judicial system, we shoot guns. We rely on the streets, we do battle in the hood. I was born in the G code, embedded in my blood.
New age is upon us, and yet the past refuses to rest in its shallow grave. For those who hide behind the false image of the Son of Man shall stand before God. It has begun, the beginning of the end. Yeah. Voice of racism, preaching the gospel is devilish. A fake church called the Prophet Muhammad a terrorist. Forgetting God is not religion, but a spiritual bond. And Jesus is the most quoted prophet in the Quran. They bombed innocent people, trying to murder Saddam. When you gave them those chemical weapons to go to war with Iran. This is the information that they hold back from Peter Jennings. Cause Condoleezza Rice is just a new age Sally Hemings. I break it down with critical language and spiritual anguish. The Judas I hang with, the guilt of betraying Christ, who murdered him, stole his religion, and painted him white. Translated in psychologically tainted philosophy, conservative political right-wing ideology, glued together sloppily the blasphemy of a nation. Got my back to the wall cause I'm facing assassination. Guantanamo Bay, federal incarceration. How could this be? The land of the free, home of the brave, indigenous Holocaust, and the home of the slaves. Corporate America, dancing offbeat to the rhythm. You really think this country never sponsored terrorism? Human rights violations, we continue the saga. El Salvador and the Contras in Nicaragua. And on top of that, you still wanna take me to prison just cause I won't trade humanity for patriotism. It's like MK Ultra controlling your brain, suggestive thinking, causing your perspective to change. They wanna rearrange the whole point of view of the ghetto. The fourth branch of the government want us to settle. A bandana full of glittering generality, fighting for freedom and fighting terror. But what's reality? Read about the history of the place that we live in, and stop letting corporate news tell lies to your children. Flow like the blood of Abraham through the Jews and the Arabs, broken apart like a woman's heart, abused in the marriage, the brink of holy war, bottled up like a miscarriage. Embedded correspondence don't tell the source of the tension, and they refuse to even mention
mention European intervention or the massacres in Jenin, the innocent screams, US manufactured missiles and M16s, weapon contracts and corrupted American dreams, media censorship blocking out the video screens, a continent of oil kingdoms bought for a bargain. Democracy is just a word when the people are starving. The average citizen made to be blind to the reason. A desert full of genocide where the bodies are freezing and the world doesn't believe that you're fighting for freedom, cause you fucked the Middle East and gave birth to a demon. It's open season with the CIA bugging my crib, trapped in a ghetto region like a Palestinian kid, where nobody gives a fuck whether you die or you live. I'm trying to give the truth and I know the price is my life, but when I'm gone they'll sing a song about immortal technique, who beheaded the president and the princes and sheiks. You don't give a fuck about us. I can see through your facade like a fallen angel standing in the presence of God. Bitch niggas scared of the truth when it looks at you hard. It's like MK Ultra controlling your brain, suggestive thinking causing your perspective to change. They want to rearrange the whole point of view in the ghetto. The fourth branch of the government want us to settle. A bandana full of glittering generality, fighting for freedom and fighting terror. But what's reality? Martial law is coming soon to the hood to kill yo while you hanging your flag out your project window. Yeah. The fourth branch of the government, aka the media, seems to now have a retirement plan for ex-military officials, as if their opinion was at all unbiased. A machine shouldn't speak for men, so shut the fuck up, you mindless drone. And you know it's serious when these same media outfits are spending millions of dollars on a PR campaign to try to convince you they're fair and balanced, when they're some of the most ignorant and racist people giving that type of mentality a safe haven. We act like we share in the spoils of war that they do. We die in wars, we don't get the contracts to make money off them afterwards. We don't get weapons contracts, nigga. We don't get cheap labor for our companies, nigga. We are cheap labor, nigga. Turn off the news and read, nigga. Read. Read.
My life, I gut it, rebuild it, fuck it. Keep nothing but God and my children. I kill the devil wherever he resides. Even if he hiding in me, he got to die. I killed little Jason, he was only 15. Sewed his good traits together, made Ali. Filled his lungs with the Quran until he breathed. Let him walk, but kept him on a short leash. Here he stand now, 17-year-old man-child. Ain't asked nobody for a motherfucking handout. He trying to carry heaven on his back. Jump the broom with a stranger, ain't never looked back. What he know about how the world spins? Bless his heart, he a virgin, never even had a girlfriend. Wanna be a man so bad that he can taste it. His family fell apart and he trying to replace it. You'll find in him a heart that's second to none. But I know, oh so, that his lessons ain't done. So I stand willing to kill him again. If to grow he got to shed his skin and let it be done.
Ain't nowhere to run to. There ain't nothing here for free.
See what I see and know that freedom ain't free, Lord.
Ain't nowhere to run to. There ain't nothing here for free.
You'll see what I see and know that freedom ain't free. One half of all the two-leggeds on the scene are too timid to dream. Cause failure is far too depressing, it would seem. So they take what's given. That's your decision, I just don't consider that living. Shit, if I'ma die, whether or not I try, I might as well let the dice fly. I'm hot knife through butter in the night sky. It shouldn't take a genius to see this hunger in my eye. So I use blood and sweat to butter my bread. Cause this cold world couldn't give a fuck if I'm fed. I ain't curled up in my bed, found set the world ablaze. Trust it ain't cause of nothing I did. Listen, I don't think God's obligated to touch you. If your ass would rather live in shit than work a shovel, I refuse to let the sun set on me again. Till the end, I'm a one-man army, friend.
Ain't nowhere to run to. There ain't nothing here for free.
See what I see and know that freedom ain't free, Lord.
Ain't nowhere to run to. There ain't nothing here for free.
You'll see what I see and know that freedom ain't free. See what I see and know that freedom ain't free, Lord.
Veteran, I go murder them slow. Ragamuffin sent to call me from the bush bungalow. When I watch it make a clear on my voice, now figure out. Emerge from the darkness with me big blood to glow. Me hammer them a slam and spectator get low. Some boy coulda big like Pampa Figaro. Bust off trigger finger, trigger end and trigger toe. A two gun me and me bust them in a stereo. Cause I got to keep on walking on the road to Zion, man. We got to keep it burning on the road to Zion, man. Clean and pure meditation without a doubt. Don't make them take you like who them took out. Jah will be waiting there, we a shout. Jah will be waiting there. Clean and pure meditation without a doubt. Don't make them take you like who them took out. Jah will be waiting there, we a shout. Jah will be waiting there. Got to keep on walking on the road to Zion, man.
Been waiting to do this track with you, man. Yeah. Haha. Yeah.
You know,
they know.
You got to keep on walking on the road to Zion, man.
You gotta keep walking, y'all. Yeah, you gotta keep. Sometimes I
the ghetto, you them must have found successor. Yeah, things need to get better. Tell them all of the wicked them fit back up and let go. Yeah, take a look in at the ghetto and hear the voice of the poverty echo. Well, the youth them need help me not successor. And tell them all of the wicked back up and let go. Some say you friend. Them no have no love for mankind. Who them no kill, who them no bout them confine. Them only hate, them only judge them and tell them a liberation time. Tell them a salvation time. Everyone a big a liberate them mind. Do you ever walk the streets? You want to see the youths, them future impeach. And every day, them education a breach. The youth them want to learn, but still they never teach. No qualified for a job, and still them can't see the earth, no vacancy. Anytime them touch the street, look around them off the struggle to make 2 ends meet. That's why now God turn to the bullets and the peace. I'ma say again, I them no have no love for mankind. Who them no can, who them no about them confine. Them only hate, them only judge them and tell them a liberation time. Tell them a salvation time. Everyone a figure liberate them mind.
The greatest form of control is where you think you're free when you're being fundamentally manipulated and dictated to. One form of dictatorship is being in a prison cell and you can see the bars and touch it. The other one is sitting in a prison cell but you can't see the bar, you think you're free.
What the human race is suffering from is mass hypnosis. We are being hypnotized by people like this. Newsreaders, politicians, teachers.
See y'all next week, people.
We are in a country and in a world that is being run
Masterin The Matrix out here.
Unbelievably sick people. The chasm between what we're told is going on and what is really going
Vinny
on
Pass.
is absolutely enormous.
It's like we all know what's going down, but no one's saying shit what happened to the home of the brave. These motherfuckers, they controlling us now, and no one's talking about how they made us fight and be slaves. And everybody's just walking around, head in the clouds, who won't awaken to a dead in the grave. By then it's too late, we need to be ready to raise up. Welcome to the end of days.
Everybody is slaves, only some are aware that the government releasing poison in the air. That's the reason I collect so many guns in my lair. I ain't never caught slipping, never underprepared. Yeah, they shade sign on me, they just bring it proudly. George Bush, the grandson of Alistair Crowley. They want you to believe the lie that the enemy's Saudi. The enemy ain't Saudi, the enemy around me. It's fluoride in the water, but nobody know that. It's also a prominent ingredient in Prozac. For real? How could any government bestow that upon people who believe in political throwback? That's not all that I'm here to present you. I know about the Black Pope and Solomon's Temple. Yeah. About the Vatican assassins and how they will get you. And how they clone Barack Hussein Obama in a test tube.
It's like we all know what's going down, but no one's saying shit what happened to the home of the brave. These motherfuckers, they controlling us now, and no one's talking about how they made us fight and be slaves. And everybody's just walking around, head in the clouds, who won't awaken to a dead in the grave. By then it's too late, we need to be ready to raise up. Welcome to the end.
Whoever built the pyramids had knowledge of electrical power. And you know that that's the information that they suppress and devour. Who you think the motherfuckers that crashed in the tower? Who you think that made it turn into ash in an hour? The same ones that invaded your own. The ones that never told you about the skeletons on the moon. Yeah, the ones that poison all the food you consume. The ones that never told you about the Mount Vesuvius tombs. The bird flu is a lie. The swine flu is a lie. Why would that even come as a surprise? Yeah, the polio vaccine made you die. It caused cancer and it cost a lot of people their lives. Do y'all know about Bohemian Grove? How the world leaders sacrificing children in robes?